Okay guys, welcome to today's tutorial. My name is Makings Photography and welcome to my world. So on today's video I'll be taking you guys through on how I edit this image, how I edit and manipulate the background. As you can see, the skin tone is perfect. So now I would like to show you guys the before of the image. So this is the before of this particular image. This is it right here. This is the before. So now I'll close this. Then I will bring the raw file, because the one I just showed you guys is JPEG file. So now let's go to our camera raw, and there I'll be showing you guys how I balance the color. Let me see if I can rotate this image here. I'm not sure that is possible, but I will just be walking you guys through on how I arrive at this point. This is the before the camera raw filter, and this is the after. So I actually don't do much. So as you can see, my exposure is the same thing. I didn't touch that. My contrast -7, highlights, I bring it down because you have a lot of white stuff in the image. So and also she's putting on a white dress, so probably she's going to have a lot of highlights, so that is why I bring that down. I open up my shadow to +42, while the white -51. The blacks, I reduce it, probably because as you can see the air was somehow stuffy in the before image. So to bring back the black in the air and the eye, I brought back my blacks. So let's be fast about this. Texture, I increase my texture a little bit, and the contrast clarity, a little bit. So here I reduce the saturation. And I didn't do anything in the curve layer. The details layer, I increase my sharpness, as you can see. So where is the retouch? I touch this color grading, color mixer too. I did something there. I'm very sure it's the hue. I slightly bring back my orange. That is the only thing I did there. So I don't do much there. Other is color grading. The highlights, I brought up a little bit the sign and the highlights. I bring this sign into the highlights, while the shadow, a little bit of orange, the midtone untouched. Alright guys, and one thing I want to show you guys, I actually touched the profile. I use this particular profile here in modern, so I use this particular one and I brought it back to 45 rather. So now let's get back to our Photoshop and let me show you guys on how I walk through the picture. Alright, now please I don't usually say this, but I know that any one of you that have come across my video and you think you'll learn one or two, and I know that you want to subscribe for further video like this, I don't think I have to say much about that, because we keep learning every day, and I'm assuring you guys that I'll be dropping videos like this probably on weekly basis. Please subscribe so that you won't miss any of our videos. Thank you. So now we are back into the Photoshop world. This is our beautiful model. So the normal cropping tool I use for this is 4:5. That is the image size for Instagram. I'm very sure if you probably use 5:7 for this image, Instagram is going to cut some part of an image away, which you wouldn't like right now. So first of all, before we do anything in this picture, you have to remove some blemishes. As you can see here, yes, she doesn't have much of blemishes on her face, so just going to walk you guys through. So it's really going to be fast. I'm not going to take much of your time. Alright, now, so for any of you guys that will be wondering how I'm moving the image in the Photoshop like this, I'm holding on my space bar, then moving the image with my mouse from left to right, so that you won't be thinking I'm performing some kind of miracle. So there's a little bit of Thor here in the background. I think I'll be dealing with that later, so I don't want to go much into that, but I'll just do some rough job here. That is not the major purpose of this video, sorry. So let's go. I think this is beautiful. This is enough for me. So some people will tell you that you have to create an extra layer for the blemishes remover. I don't do that. I don't think there's any reason for me to do that. I don't think I should do that. And I'm very sure they have their reason, which is because you can probably bring back some area you wish to bring back. So now we will go to our frequency separation layer now, and this is beauty retouch academy. If you don't have this, please go and have it, because it will make everything about your retouching easy. You don't have to be creating unnecessary layers before you can do your frequency separation. Everything is already programmed there. I'm very sure some of you guys are familiar with this. So now this is it. I'm going to use the Asian blur pattern of frequency separation. So this is how you arrive at a particular number. You will choose the one until you are very sure that some of the blemishes of the pictures are faded completely. I think I'll be using 4 for this image. I'll be using 4. So now you can see how fast the frequency separation action is. Very fast. The only thing you are just left to do is to tell the action, the frequency you'll be using for each particular image. Now you will picking your Mr. brush through. This is my normal setting here. So sorry, this is a mistake. This should be 30. Probably leave it at 30. While the load is 37, the miss is 43. This is just my normal setting. You don't have to make yours this exactly this. So I'll be today like I said in my last video, I will be brushing on my correcting tone. So you off this your highlights frequency, eye frequency texture. Make sure it is off. So when you off that, your image become blur. So you toggle on the select sample all layers, then you start brushing. And while brushing, what I would just advise you guys is to try to avoid brushing the shadow into the highlights, and I'll choose 5 here so that to be fast. The brushing will be fast because I don't want to waste your precious time on this video. You just have to practice that. This is the before, this is the after, and make it simple as possible. But I'm still going to do something to round it up. I am still going to use the custom. So I'm going to put this at 3, the texture 3, by the blur 3. So I'm just going to smoothen some aspects, some area of the picture. So now in this particular one, I'm going to use a low frequency layer, low frequency color and tone here, the last layer in the frequency separation. So I'm going to toggle on this so that I can see what I'm doing. I'm not going to blur it this time around, so I'm just gonna do some minor adjustments here. Please, you guys, this is where I do some kind of final touch here. So we are still going to, don't worry if you're having this kind of feeling that the image is blowing out. It is not. You're still gonna see all the shape while doing the dodge and burn. Just stick around. Alright guys, let me show you the before and after. Now you're going to see the huge difference we've made in this image. This is it. I don't want us to go far. I don't want to go far here. Like I said, everybody have their own style of retouching. I'm going to blend in the makeup here so that it won't be too obvious. So that is something there. Yeah, this is how we roll. So I just want to group these two frequency separation layer in the same group, so we can toggle on the before and after of the two. So you can see before, after. Nice. I love it. Now I'm going to do something. Now I'm going to create an image out of the frequency separation layer. I'm going to create a simple layer out of it. So this is just an ordinary layer. Now as you can see, I've created this. So what I did was, let me delete it and show you guys again. I click on Control. You hold your Control, Alt, and E. So you merge all what you have done and to bring out a single layer, so you can work further on this. Alright guys, what we're going to do now is I'll be using the correcting magic skin tone first of all to make sure the skin is well balanced, is well corrected. So the opacity is going to be 100, the flow is 100. Then let's brush. So let's brush. Like I said, you should take your time by doing this for your personal job. So on the nose, I ought to have zoomed in this image, but I'm doing it from distance so I can be fast about it. So guys, as you can see, I'm sorry for not speaking for a while. Just want to concentrate on the brushing so that I won't go too much on the background. So this how to be consistent about this. Don't have to go too much because of the color of the background. But if for example, you mistakenly go like this, what you can just do is click on Ctrl Z, or if you don't want to do that, you can just toggle this place. Make sure the black is in foreground color while white is in background. So then clean it, then change it back. You can also click on your X button, S on your keyboard, and continue brushing. So I think this is okay now. So one thing that is also compulsory or necessary is for you to remove the eyes from the brushing so that the eye can still be in its original color. Then this is the eye. This before, this after. We've not even touched anything here. So since she's in melanin skin, I wouldn't want to add much color. So I think this is okay for me. Then you copy the numbers here, Ctrl C for copy, take it back. You open the shadow there, you paste it back. So I think you are getting there. This is before, this is after. The difference is very not too obvious, very slight. It's a very slight difference, but that is the color I'm aiming to achieve. So now let's we're using our gradient map here. It's a very simple style using retouching my image most of the time. So I'll be using this particular one here. We're using this particular one. Then I'll change the color. As you can see, it's too strong, very strong for the image, for this image. Then what you can do is to reduce the opacity. Then one thing I noticed is that this gradient map is the overall image. So what you can just do is to click on this layer mask of the skin tone correction, and make sure you are holding your Alt button and drag the layer mask up. Automatically your brushing air will be applied to your layer mask with your gradient map layer here. You can see now it's only applicable to the skin tone now. And one thing I also did was to use a lot. I recently got, so this is where the lot is. So I think it's encouraged lot. It's a free lot, so it's exclusive melanin skin. So I will drag it here. Let me see. No, it doesn't work that way. Sorry. So I'll go to my color lookup and let me look at the lots. So this it is. So let me just load it here. Yeah, I'm going to reduce it. Definitely going to reduce it. Definitely. Let's do the same thing. I'm clicking on my hot button. I'm dragging it up. I'm sorry if I'm being too fast on this. I'm very sure you guys are following along. So this is it now. This is our color grading. So this, I just group it into a layer. This is before, this is after. It is a melanin skin tone, so we don't want to go far into the color. One thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the levels adjustment layer. I'm going to do some popping up. As you can see, it's now a little bit lit up, so I'm going to put it here. I want to put it in the, so this is before, this after. So one thing again I want to do is now I want you guys to pay close attention here, because this is where I'm going to manipulate the background. So one thing I'm going to do is that I have already merged the image and bring out a simple layer on this side. So the same thing we did here. So now let's use our selecting object to separate the subject from the background, so we can put in our desired background. Alright. Wow. So I think the computer has Photoshop has by itself select the image, but there's still going to be some kind of imperfection which we advise you to do by yourself. Sorry. Now let's just do this. I prefer the pass-through in doing this because I'm used to it, but I will advise you guys that are not used to this particular tool to go for this polygonal lasso tool. It's a very simple tool to use, but I'm going to be using this my pass-through for today. So you make sure you zoom in, and the only reason why I'm not zooming in is because if I'm zooming in, it's going to take a lot of time to do this, and I don't want to waste much of your time onto this video because it's going to be a long video. So as you can see, I am perfecting the imperfection of the image. I don't know if that is the right word to use, but you guys knows what I mean by that. So let me see something there. Okay, no. Alright. I've been using the pass-through for a while now, so I'm very, very, very convenient using it. Comfortable using it. So one thing you can do about the air is to be very careful about it. I don't go too much about the air. I don't go too much. In our next video, I will be going deep on how I work with my hair. I'll be showing you guys on how you actually select your hair in a perfect condition. But on today's video, the manipulation is the priority. As you can see, our image is looking good. The texture is poppy, and I think we are good. Yeah. This system I'm showing you guys is the simplest and fastest system of image manipulation. Very simple. You don't have to stress yourself about it. Just know what you are doing. So what you're going to do now is click on Ctrl J. Now you click on Ctrl J to separate the selected layer of the image out of the background layer. So this is the selected layer now. So you click on the other group 2 layer here and just go directly to pick your background. So the background I use for this image is here. I'm going to drag it into the Photoshop. As you can see, you have it already in Photoshop. Zoom out. So this system is what I usually use when I don't want to do much and I want to arrive at the same. It's just like a shortcut. So I'm going to put it in a blending mode into highlight. Use highlight so everything is washed out. What you're going to do here is, first of all, you sterilize your layer so that it will be easy for you to work with. So now you can press Ctrl U. Make sure you are on this image, the background layer, so it will bring out the saturation panel here. Then you can reduce it. So you can see, make sure it's blending with your image color. So good. I think I love this. It's nice. So one thing you will notice again in this image is maybe the floor is imperfect. So don't worry. This is how you get about it. You can just pick your pass through, go around the image, and make sure you do this with ease because we are blurring out the outermost of the image. So now we blur it. Feather, right click, then click on feather. So you can just pick 99 for a well feathered image, and make sure you are selecting the background layer before you brought the the background we inserted. This is the one you are going to be selecting. Make sure you are on this while you are selecting and blurring out this. So you go to your filter, blur, gradient blur, and increase it. Oh sorry, there's a mistake there. So after selecting this out and you feather it by 99 or any color, any number you desire to do that, make sure you select inverse. You can also do it by pressing the shortcut Ctrl Shift I to automatically select the inverse for you. Then you go to your blur gallery. Ordinary blur. Don't go to blur gallery, just the blur, and use and blur. Increase it until you have the feelings the imperfection in the images where it's gone. They are gone. So now after that you deselect by pressing on Ctrl D or right click and click on deselect. Guys, this is it right here. This is how you do it. And one thing that can make your image stand out again is by doing the dodging and burning. I do it a lot in my recent the image I uploaded, the first one I did, and I'll show you guys before we commence this tutorial. So I'm going to show you guys again for any of you that will be interested in the dodging and burning. So click on your Beauty Retouch Academy, click on DB curves. Automatically it's going to run, the action is going to be run for you. So it's going to bring out your image like this, black and white, and this is what you are going to be working on. And this is it here. See this layer here, dodge and burn. Open it. This is your dodge, this is your burn, this is your dodge, this is your burn. So choose your brush, ordinary brush, your brushing. You're going to be using this brush. Then you reduce this to like 100. Reduce it from 100 to like 1 or 2. Make sure you're selecting, the flow. Make sure the flow is 2 or in 1. The opacity, leave it at 100. Then let's brush. Now we're brushing the highlights. Now let me just say something. For those of you guys that may not know the meaning of dodge and burn. So dodging is by bringing out the brighter part of the image. You want to pop it out. You want to make sure you bring the image out so that it will be eye catching, to catch eye. The highlights of the image, you are going to brush it with your dodge, while the darker place you are going to burn it. That is, you are reducing the brightness from the darker. You are making it perfect. I'm very sure you guys get what I'm trying to say. Well, that is my own little explanation on that. So let's go into the dodging and burn now. So increase it, then brush. This is the highlight. You are going to make sure you do it in the right, so that you will not destroy your image. Brush your highlights. You are dodging it now. The necessary places are supposed to be highlighted. So make sure this place is supposed to be bright. So and this place is too dark for me. So now I'm clicking on the burn layer now. Reduce it. Just reduce the darker side. Brush it a little bit. Make sure it's not too much. Yes, now we can have our black and white layer here. We can make sure you can keep it off so that we can be seeing what we're doing. So then we come back to this, see the before and after. As you can see, before, after. So then I'm having feelings that the burn is too much here. So if I want to reduce it, I can just toggle black to the foreground and brush it. So I'll reduce it automatically. I think I'm okay with this. I love it this way. So let me take it back and burn it now. So on that side, I'm going to do is this. I'm going to brush a lap. I want to make it poppy, attractive, and I'll nail the side of it. I'm going to make sure it's well blended with the overall image. So I'll be showing you guys the before and after later. So I'm dodging it now, because as you can see, I'm brightening some part of the image that needs to be brightened. I think that is the right way to use to explain what dodge actually means. So here now I'm going to burn here. I'm going to burn it now. So let me show you guys now before and after. This before, the image was very flat, and this is the after. I love it this way. I love it now. So if you feel the image, the dodging and burn is too much, you can actually reduce the opacity here. But I will still want my dodge to be brightened enough, then I can still brush a little bit here. So this is how we arrive on this, and we can actually delete this other one. This is the one we worked with. So you guys, and thank you for staying with us on today's video. So I'm going to show you guys the before and after now. This was before and this is after. Can you see that? Can you see how beautiful that was? Thank you for staying with us. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can be seeing our subsequent video. Thank you very much, and I'll be seeing you guys